Gary Champion, psychic medium. A little video about psychic awareness. I don't know where the idea came from, but there's a certain magic in certain professions. The professions that are sensitive, that deal with that don't have any logic in them, which is most of what's out there. Outside that window, everything's logical. Internal combustion machine, silver paint that was painted and baked on, and whatever. The drains drain because they're made right. The trees light up at night because we have lights in them that come on. There's a logic to that. What I'm talking about is illogical. When I was a musician, a long time ago, the same magical experiences existed there. That things would happen for seemingly no reason, and yet there's two kinds of people that we're talking about here. People who are logical, that will dismiss things that they see because it's illogical. And then there's the sensitive person, the aware, awake, psychic person who views everything as a possibility for enlightenment, for learning more about oneself. Being in tune with oneself is spiritual enlightenment. And I couldn't tell you the number of strange things that have happened to me. They're uncountable, thousands probably, over my lifetime, that are totally illogical, but I listened to them. And my life is different because I listened to them instead of disregarding them as something. I hear a lot of this stuff, it's evil spirits, it's this, it's that. No, it's not. It's just things happening the way they should because people on the other side are making it happen. You can ignore it. It's your choice. You ignore it, then your life goes on as it is. If you take advantage of the things you see, life is good. I had a knowing the other morning. And we're not talking about money, although it could be. There's a guy at the horse track once, betting on horses, and he was with a group of friends, and they would give him their bets, and he would go up and bet for them. And sometimes they would choose similar things. Most of the time, everybody took their own advice. And he would get up to the counter. Maybe he was going to bet the 4-horse, the one with the big 4 stuck on his side, and the jockey has a 4 on his back, or whatever. And he gets there, and really mostly the people in his group are betting the 4-horse. And he gets to and I might say that they're all sort of betting the 4-horse because he said, I'm going to bet the 4-horse, and generally his horses win. So they want to ride that wave of success. He gets up to the counter and he starts placing the bets, and he gets them all done. Then he places one for himself. And at the last minute, he says, I think the 2-horse. So he bets the 2-horse. Sure enough, that's the horse that comes in and wins. But he consistently does it. He picks a horse for whatever reason, sitting at the table with his buddies, drinking a beer or whatever they're doing. And when he gets to the gate, he gets an inkling, he gets a knowing from the other side. And the reason I know it's from the other side is I've had the same one. We could be talking about me here. The last minute you get a feeling that, 2-horse, I don't know, this feels right. And you bet the 2-horse, and all of a sudden you've got a pile of cash you didn't have before. So being aware and taking advantage of these little gifts from the other side can mean monetary gain. It can mean happiness when you pick someone that you want to live the rest of your life with, or at least as long as you can. Little clues, they're always there. They always surround every decision that you have to make. Always. I've had them. I made one a couple of days ago. I woke up. I was going to write on this book I'm writing on. I had some readings later. I decided to chuck all that. I get in the car and I go somewhere, and things turned out very well. So simply by being aware, and it's usually sensitive people, and those are usually women, although not exclusively. There's a lot of sensitive men out there, but there's sometimes a juxtaposition of events that allows something good for you to happen that have no logic in it. And if you're looking for it, stop looking. People who are mediums, there are probably two kinds: the kind that are fake, that ask why about everything because they themselves don't know why, and then the real ones who don't care about why. I could care less about why. It's not something we ask around here. It happened. Boy, wasn't that great? And then move on with the rest of the day doing whatever you normally do. Why is an endless, useless question. But as humans, we seem to want to know why. We want to know who and where and what it was about, and because we're gossipy people. We like to talk. We like crowds of people talking about crap that we don't know anything about, but we want to share it. And most of it's lies anyway. So I don't know why we do it, but we tend to. I'm sure dogs do the same thing. I hate my dog food. Doesn't he see I hate my dog food? You know, they're over there at the bowl talking about dog food. Anyway, back to magic. There's a certain magic, and I don't mean the kind where you make something. Let's see. Little thing here. Let's see. Let's see. Where you make that's pretend magic. The magic that's in the world that surrounds everybody is not useless unless you make it that way. If you don't take advantage of it, if you get, and I always say, and I've used this saying many times before, that I'm standing on a corner and a bus comes by and it stops for no reason. It's not supposed to. There's no sign there for people to get off and on. It just stops and the doors open. The cosmic door is open. I always get on. I don't sense any danger there. I sense that it's there for me. But the bus came to get me. And I always get on. Really don't care where it's going or why. I just know it's something I'm supposed to do. I feel it. And I get on the bus, and it always leads someplace magical, where magical things happen to me. I don't know about the rest of the people on the bus. If they got on there for the same reason I did, I'm sure something magical is going to happen for them. If they're just riding to get home from work, then probably not. It's a metaphor. You have life, and then you have buses that are going around picking up people, taking them to magical places. Sort of in my mind, it's a simplistic way of looking at it. But I always get on the bus. I don't ask why. The bus is there for me. It's obvious. It stopped. There's never any driver. It's just a bus. It's a metaphor, but I always get on. And the ride is incredible. Magical things happen. I could name 1,000 of them. I'm sure my wife's writing a book about it. She could have I think that's the idea. That she makes notes, and at some point I'll publish her book about what an odd thing it is to live with a medium. No logic to it at all. And yet it's a fun ride. And that's what life is supposed to be, a fun ride where you learn, grow spiritually, pass and continue on your journey. It's a temporary stay. It's a temp job. So enough about magic for today. Contemplate the buses that you didn't get on, the ones you shouldn't. You know now that you should have gotten on. But it's never too late. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.